to sum it up in one word, it's been devastating. It's been an experience where it has shattered my entire American dream. I grew up in a family. My parents immigrated to this country looking for economic prosperity, freedom. And I was always taught that America was a land where you can achieve your American dream. My parents always told me how important it was for me to go to school, to do the right thing, to get an education, and to be able to prosper and fulfill those dreams. Unfortunately, my American dream is a dream right now.
What upsets you the most when you think back from the very day you went to get the mortgage?
What upsets me the most is that people that did this to me, did this to millions of people. If this was the impact that it caused on me, and I'm the type of person that I can perhaps have the resources and the ability to defend myself better than the average American, if they were able to pull this off on me, I can't even imagine what they did to all these people who are losing their homes and are becoming homeless. That's what upsets me the most. And the worst part is that they're getting away with it, and that nobody is being charged criminally with this. This is criminal conduct. If I had done this, I would be in jail.
So at the end of this experience, what do you hope happens?
Justice is the most important thing. This has been a journey that has been going on for years. When I first filed my lawsuit, they thought I was crazy. They thought that the things that I was alleging were a figment of my imagination. We now know how this whole fraudulent scheme operated. We've learned through the different lawsuits that have been filed and settled by Bank of America, by Wells Fargo, the lawsuits that have been filed by AIG, in which they audited 200 some odd thousand mortgages and found irregularities in a great deal of them, that this was not an isolated incident. This was a systematic, fraudulent scheme to destroy the American dream. Not only was it designed to make it fail, but they knew that these loans were going to fail, and they insured themselves against the losses so they can benefit against it. It's similar to getting life insurance on somebody who you know is going to die. They bet that I was not going to be able to afford this loan. They bet that I was probably going to default, and they probably bought insurance that's going to pay them a lot of money when and if I do default. And that's what they've done to the American people. And the American people have to realize that they have been basically robbed of their future. And it's not that the property values have gone down. It's just that the properties were not worth what they said that they were, because they've manipulated the entire appraisal process. Because what they did effectively is that they removed the risk inherent in every loan transaction. If I go to ask you for money and I say, lend me $10, and you tell me, how are you going to pay me back? It's a very legitimate question. If I go to you and I tell you, lend me $100,000, maybe you want to do a little bit more research. If I go to you and I tell you, lend me $1 million, maybe you want to make sure that I'm going to really be able to pay you. But if I'm going to lend you the money and then sell off your loan to unknowing investors, unknowing of this fraud, and they're the ones that are going to be stuck with it, I don't really care whether you can pay or not. In fact, I know that you're going to fail, and because I know that you're going to fail, I'm going to try to buy insurance in case you do fail. I can make more profit on it. Sounds crazy.